and welcome to Daily Newspaper Analysis, which is brought to you by LawSikho. So today we have one editorial for our discussion, which is taken from the Indian Express. The title of this article is Through a Colored Lens, which talks about the Supreme Court's committee report, basically that was about the contentious farm laws. Now, even after the farm laws have been repealed, so the report from this Supreme Court committee has been released. So what was there in this report and why has this report been released now, even after the repealing of these laws will be discussed here. The second one is the news updates column, which will be taking the important news points for our prelims exams. And thirdly, we'll be concluding with the legal news for the day. So basically, the Supreme Court, despite repeated requests, did not make the Supreme Court committee's report on the contentious farm laws public. So earlier, when the Supreme Court was actually requested several times and it was urged to bring out the report of its Supreme Court committee regarding the contentious farm laws, but it did not make the entire report public. But finally, it has publicized it, and it was seen that the Supreme Court committee report had been supporting the farm laws and was of the opinion that the government should not heed to minimum selling price, which was one of the primary demands of the farmers. So let's understand about the glaring issues with the Supreme Court committee report on the farm laws. So since Samukta Kisan Morcha had distanced itself from the Supreme Court committee, the opinions formed by it were purely based on farm unions that supported the farm laws and only wanted minor amendments. Surprisingly, the Supreme Court committee did not bother meeting the farmers who had boycotted the committee. Whereas, unlike this, the protest of the Shaheen Bagh, where the committee had repeated meetings at the protest sites, but here, in the case of farm laws, it did not meet any of these protesting farmers. So the committee also does not reveal who they met in Punjab, which was one of the best APMC systems and follows the MSP system. Although the APMC, that is basically the Agriculture Produce Market Committee, of 10 states were kept in the report, and Punjab's APMC was kept out, which has been called out as a deliberate attempt to undermine APMC and MSP setup. So basically, this kind of seems like a flawed report, and it is something like, a biasness can be seen over here. Also, it seems like the investigation or whatever basis the this report has used, these bases are not really very clear as well as not very authentic to say in the very first go. And secondly, it says that the kind of report that has come out is quite sealed, which means that not all things are revealed very properly in this report. So in this, it says that the Supreme Court mentioned that they received approximately 19,000 responses to its online questions, of which only approximately 5,500 were farmers. The remaining 12,500 were non-farmers. But again, the Supreme Court committee fails to mention as to who these non-farmers are. Are they the stakeholders or not, or who actually these are? So, similar issue of vagueness is there with 1,520 mails received by them. Now, the questions that have arisen are that why was this eagerness to publish the report months after the repeal of the farm laws? Now, this committee undermines the committee for the MSP, which is for the minimum selling price, to which the protesting farmers had accepted for discussions. And why a sealed report? Basically, in a way, they have made it public, but still no important data has been released. So why such kind of a report has been released in public domains? With this, let's see the news updates for the day. Firstly, Vikas Kumar will be Delhi Metro MD. So the Delhi government on Wednesday appointed Vikas Kumar as the Managing Director of the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, that is the DMRC. He shall take the position from effect on April 1st. He is presently the Director of Operations of the DMRC. Second, 4 government-run film units merged with the NFDC. So the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, through 3 different orders on Wednesday, transferred the mandate of production of documentaries and short films, organizations of film festivals, and preservation of films to the National Film Development Corporation, which functions under the ministry. It will ideally reduce an overlap of activities. So again, you have to keep it in mind that the National Film Development Corporation comes under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Third, Rahul Mankad passes away. So Rahul Mankad, a son of Veenu Mankad, he has passed away at the age of 66 after a brief ailment. So Mankad played 47 first-class matches for Mumbai between 1972 and 1985. He scored 2,111 runs with 5 centuries and 12 half centuries, besides picking up 7 wickets. He also contributed to the triumphs of the Ranji Trophy for Mumbai and played 10 List A matches, scoring 66 runs. Fourth, the BIMSTEC summit. So as we know, the BIMSTEC basically is the Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. So basically, the summit was going on, and it is a 7-nation regional grouping, and it adopted a charter to extend its cooperation and firmed up the master plan for transport connectivity at the virtual summit attended by Prime Minister of India. Please remember that the headquarters of the BIMSTEC are situated in Kathmandu, Nepal. It is a 7-nation regional grouping, and also India is a member of the BIMSTEC. Fifthly, Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain 2022 has been launched. So President Ramnath Kovind launched the Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign 2022. So Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu secured the second and third place respectively. Muzaffarnagar in Uttar Pradesh topped in the best district category for the North Zone, while Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala won the award for the South Zone. Now let's see what do we have for the legal news today. First, we have the case of Swarnalatha and others versus Kalavati and others 2022. So Article 14 is not applicable to a will. Will's genuineness is not based on whether distribution was fair and equitable, says the Supreme Court. So in the case of Swarnalatha and others versus Kavalati and others, Kalavathi and others, the Supreme Court observed that mere exclusion of one of the natural heirs from the bequest in a will can be deemed as grounds to hold that there were suspicious circumstances involved with the formation of the will. So it cannot be deemed as the grounds to hold that there was something suspicious. So it means that it is not necessary that the distribution of everything in the will is all the time, fair and equitable. So basically that will not be, Article 14 here will not be applied. Second, absence of reasons in order imposing penalty violates principles of natural justice. So this has been held in the case of N. Srinath Reddy versus State of Andhra Pradesh by the Andhra Pradesh High Court. So in a recent case, the Andhra Pradesh High Court in this case has reiterated that the principle that absence, if reasons as to why certain penalties and conditions are imposed are a direct violation of natural justice principle. This was all for the day. Thank you so much. We hope you liked it. If you did, so please give it a thumbs up. Also do subscribe to our channels. You can download the PDF for today's slides from a Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box below. And you can follow us on our Instagram channels as well. Thank you so much.